our NBA front office insider. Bobby Marks, that man right there, has brought his trade machine with him. We're going to go through a few scenarios here. The Nets can go one of two ways. They can do fire sale, they can move Durant before the deadline, or they can try to build around him. Let's take the latter here, Bobby. And what could they do to help themselves here?
Yeah, it's all about draft picks. Remember when they made that James Harden trade with Houston and all their draft picks were diminished? Now all of a sudden they have the picks to go out and make a deal. Now they have one big swing here, right? So now they can trade a 2027 first. Mm-hmm. They can try their own 2028 first. They also have that Mavericks first in 2029. So that's 3 first-round picks, similar to what they gave up in the Harden trade. We picked a team like the Raptors here, right? Okay. Toronto is outside of the top 10 right now, whether it be Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet. I have my eye on a player like OG Anunoby.
You hear his name a lot, Bobby.
He's got 2 years left on his contract. He's extension eligible this offseason here. When you look at the Nets roster, a couple housekeeping rules here. Players like Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie, you can't combine their salary, right? So you can't send their salaries together. You can send them separately. Joe Harris. We've seen the rise of Cam Thomas the last couple of games, right? 90-plus points. Harris has a few more years left on his contract. He is expendable right now. Would 3 first-round picks and Joe Harris get a deal done for a player like OG Anunoby? And when you look at it, it works here. Now, if you're Toronto, you're looking for more, right? You're looking for, that's who I would want,
okay.
Nick Claxton. Now, how much more can you give here, right? So if we add Claxton to the mix, and let's say we put in a player like, certainly like Thaddeus Young. Now you look at it. Now, from Brooklyn's perspective, 3 first-round picks, Harris, Claxton, is that too rich of a deal to go out and get a player like that who could become a free agent in 2024? So the Nets have the draft picks right now. They've got the Harris contract here. It's a matter of, is it enough for a player like that?
Your gut, real quickly, do you think Durant is in Brooklyn as of Friday morning?
Yes. It is.
Okay.
I think it's a question we revisit in June.
Okay. Bobby Marks is giving us his thoughts. He's got the trade machine here, and we're getting down to the deadline, just 2 days.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. 4 things we're going to talk about today. LeBron, and he is going to pass Kareem either tonight or the next game. 36 points away. Let's get into that. Then we have Ben Simmons trade talks. Then we have Utah Jazz Lakers trade talks. And then we have the Pelicans trade talks. So let's get right into the Ben Simmons thing, okay? Masai Ujiri and Sean Marks, Brooklyn GM, Toronto GM, our president, whatever you want to call it. They had recent discussions. Now the trade proposal is Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, in exchange, and Birch, in exchange for Nick Claxton, Ben Simmons, and 4 or 5 multiple first-round picks. This is what is on the table. Now, I know Twitter last night was just through the roof. It kept saying, why the hell would we want Ben Simmons in Toronto? I'm guessing for a pass first point guard. I'm guessing for his elite court vision, his rebounding, his assists. So he does make people better, but he comes with a hefty contract. I believe he's making 35 right now, going to make 37.8 next year, and 40.3 the following year. That's a big chunk of change. Big change. So I know last summer the Raptors wanted Nick Claxton, and rightfully so. He's an upcoming star in this league. He's rising. He puts in the time and work. If you haven't already noticed from his rookie year, he's doing fairly well. And yeah, I don't know. I think the big holdup here is Masai Ujiri does not want to give up Pascal. He doesn't want to give up Pascal, but at the end of the day, something might happen, something might not. There were trade talks and they were heating up, but now apparently Clippers got involved and they're saying, no, give us Fred VanVleet. So that's another wrench in Toronto's plans and also the Nets' plans. I don't know what's going to happen, but that is what is on the table right now for Toronto and the Nets, and for Toronto and the Clippers. That is something that we heard in the last 2 weeks. Kind of died down with the whole Kyrie thing, like I said, but recently, because Kyrie got traded, they still need a point guard, and that is what's transpiring now. So that is what the Ben Simmons thing is all about. Utah Jazz, the Lakers would be sending 1 pick and Russell Westbrook's contract for, and I'm talking about the unprotected 2027 pick, which everybody wants, in exchange for Mike Conley Jr., Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt, right? So I don't know how legit this is, but Shams reported it, right? And Shams ain't no joke. So if he reported it, it is true, but that is what's on the table for the Lakers. Now, speaking of the Lakers, we also have LeBron James. LeBron James is about to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He is 36 points away. He plays the Thunder tonight. It could happen tonight. It could not. I don't know. 36 points away. So 7 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure everybody watches it. It's going to be special. He is making history. And whether you like him or whether you don't, you can't deny the fact that he has and he will be the all-time leader. Either tonight or the next game, it's going to happen. I'll get into that discussion again another time, but you got to give the guy his props, right? He spent 20 years now perfecting his craft, and now he is legit about to pass Kareem for the all-time points scoring leader. Amazing. You got to give him his props for that. One hell of a career, and he's not done. Not done. And the Pelicans, let's talk about the Pelicans for a sec. Pelicans, they are looking to trade Jackson Hayes, Devontae Graham, and Najee Marshall, and they want some shooters. They want some shooters. Now, what I'm hearing, these are just rumors. What I'm hearing is you got Evan Fournier from the Knicks, Cam Reddish from the Knicks. Those guys ain't getting no playing time whatsoever. It's pretty good in threes. So we'll see what happens, right? And Eric Gordon. The Pelicans have the most amount of assets compared to the Memphis Grizzlies. So at the end of the day, Pelicans, like, if they wanted to, they could pull this off. But if you're going to get rid of Devontae Graham, you need another point guard. So can they go after, some of Toronto's guys? They can afford it, right? They got a lot of assets, right? Would they go after Fred VanVleet? They need a point guard. Would they go after OG Anunoby? They need his defensive specialty, but then again, you got a lot of other assets. Like Herb Jones is underrated in the NBA. This guy lights it up every night on the defensive side, and if they also had OG Anunoby, that's one hell of a defensive team right there. I'll give you that much. And plus, you got CJ McCollum, you got Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Daniels. The list goes on. Like, I'm telling you, if you get some shooters and you get OG Anunoby or Fred VanVleet or Cam Reddish or Evan Fournier or Eric Gordon, at the end of the day, I've been saying it for quite some time. I know Pelicans went on that 10-game losing streak or something like that, but they won their last 2. So, you know, and Zion still got to come back. When he comes back and when they're healthy, as I told everybody, these guys are dangerous. Very dangerous team. So we're only a couple days away. Will something transpire? Maybe, maybe not. But look out for that. Any updates, you know where to find me. Jaggy Sports, YouTube. Make a comment in the comment section. Tell me who you think would get traded. Toronto and Nets are still talking, and if that happens, I'll plug it into my community tab, and we'll go from there. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports.